Hi, I'm Steve Jameson, Library Director, and in this video, I want to talk to you about finding journal articles. Where do you go to find journal articles? There are a few different places you can go in biblical studies, and we have four main databases for that purpose. They are the Atla Religion database, New Testament abstracts, Old Testament abstracts, and religious and theological abstracts. All four of these allow you to search for articles based on a scripture citation. However, you'll probably find that Atla Religion is the one that you'll use the most, and then you can supplement your results from the others. So let's check out how to use these databases. I'm going to go to the library website, and I'll click on the Articles Databases tab of our search box. Down here, you can see some listings of different databases by subject, or you can view the entire list under View All Databases. I'm going to come down here and click on Religion and Theology. And here you'll see those four databases listed: Atla, NTA, OTA, RTA. So let's look at Atla today. Now, it may be tempting to just type your scripture reference in the search box, but unfortunately, this search engine doesn't really know how to handle scripture references properly. In particular, it does not handle verse ranges. So when you say verses 1 through 3, it doesn't really understand that 2 is part of that. But there are some special tools to help you do a proper scripture citation search. First, you can go up to the Scriptures tab here. If I click on that, that will bring up a listing of all the books of the Bible. So I can go into Genesis and expand Genesis to see the chapters, and I can take any chapter and expand that to see the verses. And then I can click on a verse to get my search results. Now, the issue with this method is that I can only pick one verse or one whole chapter. I can't do a range within a particular chapter. To do that kind of search, I have to go to the Indexes section up here under the More menu. And then once there, I can choose to browse the Bible Citation Index. And so today I'm going to look for 1 Corinthians 11, verses 2 through 16. Now, any book of the Bible that has a first or second, I have to type that in a particular way. I'm going to type in Corinthians, comma space, 1ST. If I was looking for second, I type in 2ND. Then I put another space and my chapter number. And I'm not going to put in any verses just yet. I'll click Browse and see what comes up. And this will list all the scripture references that are used in the database. And over here on the right, you can see how many articles fall under each reference. Now, what I need to do at this point is check off any range here that matches the range that I'm interested in. So I'm interested in verses 2 through 16 of chapter 11. So I'm going to omit verse 1, but verses 1 through 12, I may be interested in. So I'll check that off. 1 through 16, sure. 1 through 3, and so on. And I just need to go down through the list until I've checked off every verse reference of interest. And this can take a little bit of time to do. And there's also the matter of how these are sorted and that they are a little odd. So you can see I jumped from ranges starting with verse 1 to verse 10. Now, there are things starting in verse 2, but they're going to be on the next page after all the teens. So we go 14 and so on. Then I'm going to go to the next page. And then after verse 19, here's verse 2. And so I can continue on here. After I've checked off all the verse ranges that interest me, I can scroll up and I can add those to my search. And then I can click search. So as you look at the results, you can see that it gives you the title, the author, the source, the journal in which it was published, as well as its publication information, and some other data. In addition, you'll see that many of these have the PDF of the article attached right here in the database, and I can click to see the full article just by clicking on that button. In case you don't see a PDF, there is an option to do Find Full Text at Covenant. If you click this link, this will take you to a service that checks our holdings in other databases as well as our print collection to see where we may have access to that article. In this case, you can see that it is available in some databases, but the particular issue that we need is not, because it is too new and there's a delay between when an issue is published and when it becomes available in the database. But we do have a current print subscription. So you can click through the library catalog to confirm that we have the issue that you need. And then you can click Place an Interlibrary Loan Request to get a copy of that article. So I just need to log in with my library account, and the information about that article comes through into the request form. Now, if you noted that we do have a print copy of that item, please check this box to indicate that we own this particular item. This will help us process this request for you more quickly. And then you can click, I agree, submit this request, and we'll go to work getting a copy of that article for you. As you go through your results, you can also mark results that you're interested in and add these to your folder. You scroll to the top and choose the folder view. You'll have options to export or email these records to yourself. And when you email, you'll also have the option to attach a PDF to the email if it's available. Now, there is one more type of literature in the Atla Religion database that you should be aware of, and that is essays that are published in books. To look at those, I'll scroll down and select to show just those essays in my search results. Now, since these are published in books, you should not expect to find a PDF in the database. Instead, you will have to access this through the library through the Interlibrary Loan Scan Request form. So first, you can search the Covenant catalog to see if we have that book available. In this case, we do. That's great. Then we can go to the library homepage and choose the Mobius and Interlibrary Loan page. Go down to Interlibrary Loan and bring up the request form. You can fill this out for the item, checking the checkbox if it's something that Covenant owns. You can choose a chapter or essay from a book, fill out all the information from the record, including the author and title information, and submit that request to get a copy of just that essay. Finally, you may come across in your research a reference to a journal article that you want to read. And so you'll ask, does the Covenant Library have access to that article? To find out, visit the library homepage and select the Journal Finder tab. Here you can search for access to a journal by journal title. So if I found a citation to Catholic Biblical Quarterly, I can search for access to that journal title and see where I can go to get access to that article. So this brings up all the places I can go to get access to this title, including the Atla Religion database, some other databases, or our print collection. I can click through into the Atla Religion database, browse for the year and volume that I need, and find my article. If you have any questions about accessing journal articles, please contact the library staff.